Alright, start working on the rear end here. First thing I'm going to do is just break the tire loose. Let's go ahead and start jacking it up. Alright, let's go ahead and get this tire off real quick. Alright, so you have two brackets holding the shocks on. I'm going to start with the bottom bracket here. Okay, so go ahead and spray all your bolts down with some penetrating lube just to make your job easy. Let it sit for a few minutes. There we go. There we go. Now let's get to the top. Boom. Easy. Alright, let's go ahead and take the sway bar link off here. There we go. Alright, after you got your sway bar links apart, loosen your lower control arms. That's this bolt here and the two bolts on the bottom down there. Just loosen them up. Do not take them out. Just loosen those guys so that way the axle will droop all the way down. Once you got those bolts loosened up, let's go ahead and droop that axle down as far as we can so we get those springs out of there. Jack up the opposite side of the axle if you're having difficulty getting the old spring out and the new ones in. There we go. Get my old lift kit out of here. There we are. That's the old lift kit. What a joke. No, actually it worked pretty good for what it is. Alright, this is your A-arm here. These are the 3 bolts, 1, 2, and then the other one's on the other side that you're going to remove. So get in here and try and remove these 3 bolts. It looks pretty difficult at that tiny little angle right there. Put a jack stand underneath the front of your differential here to hold the pinion angle up, and let's get to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these 3 bolts all the way out. I got them loose. That was the hard part. Alright, so I got this bolt completely free. Now I've got to go around and do the other 2 bolts. Make sure you have your jack stands underneath the axle holding it up in the pinion area and underneath the center of it. So let's go ahead and do these other 2 bolts over there. Alright, there we go. Good thing you have that jack stand down here because it just popped down and caught right on it. Let's go ahead and take those bolts out. Come here, you. Sweet. Alright, this is a side-by-side look at all the rear parts and the size differences. Those are the rear sway bars. Huge difference in there. Huge difference in the bolt size with that giant spacer that's going in here. This thing is thick. It's a big spacer. The shocks are almost the exact same size. It's just like another 1.5 inches taller, I'd say. And the housing actually stops right here. So the housing to housing is very, very, very close. So the housing, you cut all this out and it'll be up to here. So, kind of surprised on the shock size for the rear. Spring size, huge difference with springs. Big difference in spring size. So, yeah, pretty happy. Alright, let's get this giant A-arm spacer in place. These longer bolts can be kind of tricky to get in there. I recommend jacking up that A-arm to give yourself enough room. Alright, now that you got your A-arm spacer in there and it's tightened up down to 100 foot-pounds, go ahead and put your springs in. Alright, let's go ahead and clean this area up real quick. It doesn't have to be super good. You just don't want a ton of debris up in here. It's going to get dirty again, yeah, but you don't want to start rust. So let's get it clean, get it nice. You could even paint this area if you want to. Go. Hopefully the other side goes in that easy as well. Alright, let's go ahead and put the new shock back into place up here. Get that on there. Finger tight's good. So it's not fitting exactly right there, so just go ahead and raise the axle up slightly and the pin will go right through. There we go. Apply some anti-seize on that bolt. Go ahead and tighten these down all the way. Bam. Grab the top real quick. Bam. So that one's done. Let's go ahead and connect your sway bar. Alright, the last thing we have is a sway bar link to put on. So use the stock bolt. There's going to be a bigger bolt that goes to the top and a smaller bolt for the bottom one. Smaller bolt, it comes in kit number 2. So use the big bolt right here. Let's go ahead and put some anti-seize on it real quick. And I just got to jam it up into place. It's a little wide, so it takes a little bit of force to get it up in there. Come on, asshole. There we go. Use like a screwdriver to kind of line it up into place. There we go. It looks pretty good. Put this bolt in. Top one needs to be torqued down to 78 foot-pounds, and the bottom one here needs to go down to 50 foot-pounds. Just put that in there. Perfect. Put your washer and nut on the other side. Go. Now check the torque, make sure it's 50 pounds. Alright, the rear end is all done. I just got to put the tire back on it, get it off the jack stands, and go ahead and put the transfer case spacer kit in. So let's get the tire on there real quick. Alright, let's get the jack stand out of here. Bam. Lower it down. That's it. That's what it's going to look like. I'll just do the transfer case spacer kit and I'm done. Alright, get your jack and support the very center of your transfer case transmission cross member here. That's the cross member there. It's the skid plate. That's the cross member. So support that. There's going to be 4 bolts on each side, 4 bolts over there, and 4 bolts right here that we're going to get to. We're going to lower this down and put that big spacer in here and then bolt it back together. These are the shorter ones, so we're going to be replacing the shorter ones and keeping the longer ones. Now, lower it down just a little bit. The instructions say to install these one side at a time, but I found it much easier to have both sides loosened up. Alright, let's put some new spacer up in here. Down just a little bit more. So use your existing bolts, relocate them to the inside, and use your longer bolts for the outside right here. I'm going to get that one in there finger tight so I could adjust it around and get the rest of them in there. Alright. Last two bolts in, just about done. Sweet, all done. Got the iron off-road uniframe stiffeners. Pretty nice, very strong. And there's the spacer kit for the transfer case. Transmission cross member. Pretty nice. Definitely looks way different now. I'm really happy. Can't wait to get some new tires on it and get it out on the trail. These tires are done. I'm gonna go out and get the same style of tire. I really like these. They performed really well. Awesome, man.